sin and chains. By show of hands, who else is sick and tired of the same? 1% trying to keep us small, trying to keep us from getting out. Minimizing the struggles they've caused, saying we're not working hard enough.
We really should stop this fighting. Otherwise, we'll miss the fireworks.
There won't be any fireworks.
And here we go. And welcome, everybody, to Suck It and Tatnus. I am the great and powerful King of Kings, Prince of all that is awesome, Derek, and I'm joined tonight by the cunt of Canada, Tatnus Keith McCleary. What's going on, man?
I mean, I finally have an official title. That's dope.
The cunt of Canada, yes.
I am at it. You know, it's true, too. I got a hilarious call today. It was the funniest shit.
What was it?
From my agent, and was like, hey, man, so the management team and shit, we all had this meeting today about business or whatever. And then, of course, you come up in the conversation, and he's like, I've never seen so many super tense white folks in one room and just shaking their head like, man, every time I turn around, this dude is beefing with somebody. So he's like, I think they're kind of like, how do we get this to stop? Like, you know, come on, man. He's like, you're out here picking on senior citizens, man. It's bad juju.
Wait a minute. How the fuck did my name get brought up in all this? How did I get brought up in this? I didn't do nothing.
No, what? No, they said to me, like, I need to, like, you know, stop picking on these.
Oh, I thought you said my name got brought up.
No, mine.
Yours. Oh, okay.
No, it's always about me, man.
It is about you, because that's what you do.
Every time they are stressed out, it's because of me.
Haven't you learned your lesson yet, Keith?
No, this is a sport. This is a sport now, so every time I fire a shot at these assholes, I want to see who deletes Crystal Lavero next.
Well, they've already deleted me and Crystal, so hey, whatever.
Oh, it's amazing. It's a sport now. It's kind of hilarious.
Yeah, and you know, it's like every time I open up my Facebook feed, it's like, what the hell is Keith talking about now? Something happened. It's always the top of my fucking feed, too. You talking shit. They need to change the name of Facebook to fucking Tatnus Talk Shit. Right?
I'll start going live.
So want to hear about a funny fucked up story from last night?
Yeah, obviously.
So, as most people know, I'm sure, you know, you saw it on Facebook or you saw it on Instagram or Twitter or YouTube, whatever. Last night I had the world famous comedian Steve Hofstetter, who is by far one of the best comedians in the country. One of the most standout comedians in the country because of all of his fucking heckler videos that he puts out on YouTube. You know, he's an activist for Jewish culture. He's an activist for LGBTQ rights. He's an activist for, you know, Americans in general, you know, fighting against, you know, the Republicans and their bullshitness and stuff like that. So anyway, so I was really stoked because he's like the biggest guest I've had on this show. Straight up, biggest guest I've had on the show. 15 fucking minutes in, my power goes out. Because we're getting a massive fucking snowstorm, Gale. That was her fucking name, apparently. Had to be a fucking woman. And knocked out power. Now, luckily it was just a brownout. It just flickered twice, and then it went right back on. But that was enough to knock out my fucking internet. So Steve is just sitting there frozen on my screen. And I'm like, oh, fuck. So I immediately jumped on my phone, dialed into Zoom, and I said, hey, I lost power. And he's like, it's okay. We're good. He goes, is it coming back on? And I go, yeah, it's already coming back on. Just give me a minute to, get logged back in. And he's like, that's cool. Don't worry about it. He was a champ about it. He was really nice about it. But still, it was like, fuck, of all the fucking times for this to fucking happen, it happens now. So luckily OBS saved it and everything like that. So it's just split into 2 different episodes on YouTube, but I was able to splice them together for the podcast. So it worked out okay, but still I was like, fuck, of all the fucking people, it happened now.
You know, where I'm at, especially, it's not like Toronto where, you know, all the power lines and shit are obviously more modern there. Here, it's like such an old way of doing things that the power goes out pretty fucking easy. So I thought for sure, man, when I had Johnny Brennan on my fucking show, I was like, I swear to fuck, if the weather sucks and it causes my power to go out, today ain't the fucking day, man.
Yeah.
Thankfully, it went without a hitch, so.
Yeah, that was good. I mean, ours here our power lines and everything else like that is underground. But this snowstorm came out of nowhere, man. They were originally calling for like 2 to 4 inches. It doubled that to 8 inches. And it was literally all fucking day yesterday. And it went from snow to sleet all day long. So once it snowed, then you got a layer of ice on top of it. And then more snow dumped on top of that, and then more ice on top of that. So literally this morning, my daughter was like, Dad, let's go get Dunkin' Donuts. I'm like, cool, let's go. There was literally 4 inches of snow, sleet on my fucking car. It was like layered. You could literally see the layers. It looked like a fucking, really good fucking white chocolate cake. Just sitting on the top of my car. And it was such a bitch. It took me 45 minutes to dig my car out this morning.
I was gonna say, like digging your car out of an icy lasagna.
Dude, it's exactly what it was. It was an icy lasagna of shit. But it took me forever to get it out there, but I got there. Luckily, there was no line at Dunkin' Donuts, so I got my coffee and a couple Boston creams, and came back and watched TV and just kind of chilled and did laundry and cleaned today. It was a nice, relaxing day because kids were off of school. So that means the soon-to-be ex-wife was off of school, so she was here bugging the shit out of me all day, and so that's always fun.
Dude, Boston creams are the absolute best.
They really fuck. Is it still called the Boston cream in Canada?
Yeah, we're not mad about it. We give credit where it's due.
Yeah, the Boston cream is my favorite fucking donut.
Same here.
Yeah.
Same here.
Oh man, dude, I can't get enough of them motherfuckers.
Right? Oh my god. There's nothing better.
Now, when I come up there and I go to fucking Timmy's, do they do fucking Boston creams right? Have you ever had a Dunkin' Donuts Boston cream?
No.
See, now we might be talking about 2 different fucking things. So I might get up there and go, fucking Canada, what the fuck?
I mean, I'm gonna be used to hearing that anyway.
Yeah, I know, because you talk to me on a regular fucking basis.
The second you get here and see my ass, you're like, it's gonna come flying out your mouth, man.
Fucking Canada. The Mounties are gonna be like, what's going on, eh? Come on down, bud. Come down, bud.
It's true.
It's okay, eh? Take you and your fucking, your horse out of here, man. Come on. So anyway, how's life going, man? How things going?
It's going. I mean, I'm actually, this is a weird thing for me because it's never happened before, but I'm actually happy that it's finally snowing because I wanted to go snowboarding this year. And finally today, I look out my window right now and there's fucking like a big, probably about 2 inches worth of snow on the windowsill. So I'm like,
you're getting the same storm that we just had yesterday.
Yeah, it's blowing through.
And dude, this storm, I saw in the news this morning that this storm dumped on New York as much snow as they had all season last year. So we're starting the season off right. If this is how it's going to be the rest of the season, I'm going to be a happy motherfucker because I love the snow. I mean, dude, coming from Ohio, where I lived right on Lake Erie, and you know this because you live in Nova Scotia, but some Americans don't know what this is. It's called lake effect snow. So when that winter storm from Canada hits the fucking Great Lakes, it intensifies by like 10 for some fucking reason because it just soaks up all the fucking Great Lake water. So, Wisconsin gets it, Michigan gets it, fuck Michigan, Indiana, Ohio, New York, stuff like that. We all get these massive lake effect snows, and it will dump literally 12 inches a minute. I mean, it's fucking bad. And coming from Ohio to Orlando, when I had zero fucking snow, I missed it. I missed that fucking walking outside to see that white powder wonderland. And the first time I came up here was in 2016. No. 2015. I don't remember. When the fuck did I move here? 2016. It was the February of 2016 when we had that massive fucking snowstorm that even froze over Niagara Falls and shit.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that one. That was right around Valentine's Day of 2016. I came up here that week to interview for the job I was getting. And so I hadn't seen snow in God knows how long. And I wake up to that shit. I fly into that shit. And I was like, holy crap, this is what I'm missing from my life.
Right.
And I love it, man.
I have to agree with that. I mean, when you don't have it for a long time, you're like, damn, something's missing, especially this time of year. I don't know what it is, man. I love going outside at night when, it's just kind of slowly coming down. And I don't know what it is, if it's the temperature or what the fuck, but whenever you go out at night and it starts snowing like that, where it's coming down slow, there's something like an eerie quiet outside. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's almost like it flushes out all sound, and it just looks nice, man. And when people got their lights up and shit, I think it's cool. Usually it's pretty mild because it tends to be, when it snows, it's got to be at least a certain mild temperature. It can't be too damn cold. So
yeah,
it's actually kind of nice to look at. And I'm like, shit. So then this year I was like, man, I'm kind of waiting for it because I want to go fucking slide down a hill, and bust my fucking head.
Yeah, I mean, I saw it. A bunch of times going back home to visit my grandparents and shit. But I would just come up there, be there for a week, and then leave. And it might snow a little bit, it might snow a lot. But either way, I only got to experience it for a week, around Christmas time every year. And even then, I only did it in the 25 years that I lived in Florida, maybe 10 times. I didn't go see my grandparents nearly enough before they both passed away. I'll be the first to admit that. But now it's like, I remembering what I missed, as a kid, and even as an adult, I miss that shit. And to see how much my daughter loves the fucking snow, dude. Yesterday, like I said, it was going back and forth between fucking sleet and snow all day long. This little shithead put on her fucking snow pants or snow boots and her jacket, went over to her friend's house and played outside for 8 hours. Didn't give a shit. They were going sledding. They were building snowman, throwing snowball fights. She said she didn't care. She goes, I felt the sleet. It hurt, but oh well, I'm having fun. 10-year-olds be crazy, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude, she was having a blast though. She came at one point my wife looked at me and she goes, did we lose our daughter? I said, probably. Look outside. She probably buried somewhere. We're going to fucking find an Izzy-sicle outside somewhere.
I mean, is it just me, or I got to say, man, I don't care what age you're at. You never lose the enjoyment of pelting someone in the back of the fucking head with a snowball.
Well, this morning when I was digging out my car and I was getting the roof, there was this big old chunk of fucking snow ice, whatever you want to fucking call it. And I pulled it off, and my daughter was sitting there right there helping me, get the car out because she really wanted her fucking donuts. And I just threw the fucking thing at her, and it hit her. It didn't break or nothing. It sounded like a thud. And she's like, ow! Hit her right in the back. It was a thud. It did not break in half or nothing.
First snowfall in a while, and he concusses his child.
I didn't throw it at her head. I thought about it.
My God, it's right here. It's like it's coming down, but it's like that light, fluffy shit. You know what I mean? It's
Yeah.
not the heavy, dense fucking.
Oh, it was heavy dense yesterday, dude. It progressively got worse throughout the day, but like I said, then you could hear. I mean, we could hear the sleet hitting our fucking windows. And we woke up this morning, all of the windows in the house, including the sliding glass door to the patio, all iced over. Just massive amounts of ice everywhere. It was crazy.
I saw pictures from New York, and I'm like, yo, they got it bad, man.
They did. Like, well, again, I mean, I didn't go inside our news article or anything like that to find out the exact numbers and shit like that. But it just said New York, Winter Storm Gale dumps as much snow yesterday as they all had as last year on fucking. I'm like, wow, that's insane.
Yeah. And then I'm just getting this peaceful fucking snow.
And to be totally honest with you, I'm almost positive the same thing happened here. Like, we didn't get much last year at all. I didn't see any news articles about, Northern Virginia or blah, 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 but I did not see anything like this last year. We had a few flurries here and there, a nice coating, a nice dusting every once in a while, but nothing like this. So I'm almost positive we got as much as we did last year yesterday.
Nuts, man.
Yeah.
But I love that because there's nothing I feel like there's nothing more depressing than like a green fucking Christmas, man. It just doesn't feel right. You're muted, bro.
Oh, my bad. I'm most likely gonna have that next week.
Wow.
Yeah, because as of right now, I mean, hey guys, have you ever wondered how you can help support the channel? I hit the wrong button. I just went to a fucking commercial. That's the bad thing about having the switch, to the entire stream right here on my phone. I can actually hit buttons. Let's see here. For us, as of right now, so according to AccuWeather, it is not supposed to snow again, at least for the next 2 weeks. So as of right now, on Christmas Day, it's supposed to be a high of 36 and a low of 22, but no snow between now and then. And looking at the monthly, let's see here, look at the monthly. Doesn't look like we're going to have any snow between, around that, like the 8th or 9th, supposedly, of January, we're going to have some. But, I mean, so we're going to, unless it stays freezing cold, like literally freezing the next week, we will not have a white Christmas in Northern Virginia.
Damn.
Yeah, it sucks.
Yeah, that's depressing.
And the thing about it is I haven't had that in the 5 years that I've lived here.
It could be the same thing here too. I mean,
yeah,
probably.
Yeah, I mean, because that's the shitty part about you being in Nova Scotia. You're a fucking peninsula. I mean, you're the fucking penis of, Actually, you're more like a nutsack is what it looks like.
Or the yam bag.
Yeah, you're the nutsack of fucking Canada. So you're, all that, ocean around you fucking fucks up your snow life,
Yeah. I mean, winters here are so mild too, and it's funny when you're in Toronto, people are like, "You're moving there, it's gonna be so fucking cold every winter. Are you insane?" I'm like, really? They think the snow is gonna be worse than all this shit. You come here and it's like t-shirt weather still.
Yeah.
And then Toronto's getting buried in fucking snow, and it's like here there's none, and you're outside and it's like, man, this feels like fall.
Yeah.
Or spring, you know what I mean? Some days. So it's really bizarre to get used to, and I've been here like 3 years now, and it's still like, I remember first winter here, I was like, this is fucking winter? What the fuck?
Yeah. It's that ocean breeze, bro. It keeps that shit away. It's just like here, like when a hurricane's coming or, a big winter storm is coming, we'll either get it or we won't. Because as soon as it hits the mountains, it either survives or it dies. I mean, it's 50-50 half the time. Because, the fucking mountains that are surrounding this area will either accept it or disintegrate it. And most of the time it disintegrates it, which sucks, but it's good at the same time for people who don't like it.
Right.
But as you go further away from the mountains, like, more west towards, kind of like towards, kind of like almost the bottom of West Virginia and away from the mountains, or almost closer to Tennessee, not near the mountains at all, they get pounded on every year. But here, right in the middle of this fucking nice little mountain valley that I live in, it's hit and miss, which sucks, but I love it though.
Just load up your freezer with all the snow from outside.
Yeah, my little dumbass of a child went up to my car this morning and tried to open up the trunk of my SUV, and she couldn't fucking get it open. But there was a bunch of icicles hanging off right there near the handle. She peeled one off and started licking it. I'm like, do you know how much dirt is on my fucking car? And she goes, I don't care.
Damn.
I'm like, you're a fucking moron. She just sitting there licking away. I'm like, Izzy, it's just ice. And she goes, yeah, no, but still.
I need to know now how these motherfuckers over there make these damn Boston creams that you think are so different.
I don't know if they are or aren't.
Right.
I'm just saying, you've never had a Dunkin' Donuts one. I've never had a Timmy's one. So are they the same or are they different? Man, this, like last time, the last episode we did together, that was a fucking, a clickbait where we said, is Nickelback the greatest band of all time? This one's like, USA versus Canada, which has the best Boston cream.
There you go. That's great. The hostility is going to get real.
If people haven't figured out by now, I like to do clickbait fucking YouTube fucking thumbnails. That's on you.
Right. That show we should have just started off with no.
No, but we waited like an hour and 15 minutes before we gave them the answer. We're like, no, it just doesn't happen that way.
Right.
Fuck Nickelback. Okay. All right. So I briefly texted you about this on Saturday. So we're going to go ahead. We're going to dive in deeper. Okay? So, again, separated man, getting ready to be, single, ready to mingle, went out on a date on Saturday. First of all, the bitch is a ginger. So she's soulless. Okay, that's number one. She has no soul. Number two, she likes Nickelback, bro. That's like, fuck baseball. 2 strikes, you're out, right? Am I right on this?
Yeah, I mean, fuck. There's like 2 terrible things that could happen when you go on a date with somebody. Okay, the first one is you find out they used to be a dude. But just worse than that is you find out they're a Nickelback fan.
Now, the finding out they used to be a dude is almost acceptable, because in today's day and age, it's going to happen. For me, it would be more about the truth thing. You know what I'm saying? Why didn't you just tell me about that up front? You know what I'm saying? I would have been accepting of it, no big deal. I might not have gone on a date with you because that's not my thing, and I completely understand. But I still want to be your friend, because especially if we're having this much of a fun together, I would want to be your friend. See, it's about the lie there. See, so that, I don't know if it has as much as weight as the Nickelback thing.
Okay, what if you find out she used to be Chad Kroger?
See, now that's doubly painful right there.
Right, that's just like salt in the wounds. The betrayal is heavy.
The betrayal is real there. The Nickel, so if they came out and said, I used to be a dude, okay, you should have, that's something you need to tell somebody. I mean, now at the same time, if you're that passionate about being a female, that's your right to tell them or not. That's cool. That's your choice. I have no problem with that. But at the same time, if you're a Nickelback fan, I think that needs to be something that's brought up front. I think that's like the ultimate sin right there.
They should have to register and have like.
Wait a minute. Are you saying Nickelback fans are as bad as sex offenders?
Maybe worse. Maybe worse.
Oh my God. Oh my God. We're going to hell. We're going to hell. We're going to hell. We're going to hell. I just got an "oh fuck you" text message. I'm in trouble.
Yeah. I feel like every time you're in trouble, I'm not far behind. I'm an accomplice always. There's always some tie-in where I'm fucking involved.
Yeah, I mean, but see, I only get in trouble when you're on my show.
Right. See?
I feel like you're a bad influence.
Right. Again, on behalf of Canada, mistakes were made.
I was talking to her today, and I told her what had happened and why, and the fact that you're coming on. And she's like, "Is he like your side bitch? You know, is he your constant backup plan? You know, when the wife's not around, you go and fuck him." I'm like, pretty much. You're my side piece, man. Come on, man.
You know,
how do you feel about that?
My real guest didn't want to show up, so I guess you'll fucking do.
I don't know. So that's been my life for the last week, dealing with a soulless ginger who likes Nickelback.
Damn.
You know, it makes me question my life decisions. Can we write this into the movie script?
How many times have I been on your show now?
Too many to count.
Is that not reason enough to question your life? You're just starting now.
You know what? Fuck. You know, getting divorced for the umpteenth time, you know, would be one of the other fucking things that, you know, we should make myself question my fucking decisions. Having 3 fucking baby mamas. You think I would question my fucking decisions, but I don't. I still sit here and fucking love to self-deprecate myself. It's cathartic.
Bro, I am in the same boat of constantly, well, that fucking was a train wreck. I can outdo that.
I can do that. Yeah. It's like, that was a great mistake. How can I make it better next time?
I will not be outdone by myself, and I will not rest on my laurels, damn it.
Yeah, I just don't. I just don't even. I don't know. I don't know where my life is going, Keith. I'm confused. I'm confuzzled.
You involve yourself with me, so obviously there's no hope for you. So I feel like even when you get in shit and I have nothing to do with it, people are at this point just like, and fuck him too, just in case.
You know, I think what it is at this point, you know, between watching Letterkenny reruns and hanging out with you way too fucking much, I've become like 50% Canadian, so I can't be blamed for my actions.
Right? I can smell the maple syrup from here.
I didn't even eat pancakes today.
I know, it just happens.
It just happens. It just starts flowing through my veins.
It's an inherent smell that just the more Canadian you get, you start to smell like an IHOP.
Fuck, now I want pancakes.
See? It's working.
Fuck. The IHOP, ooh, and the IHOP near me is 24 hours.
There you go. We don't have that shit here, I don't think. So
you don't have IHOP?
No, you'll have to settle for Denny's.
Oh God, no.
Like I said, mistakes were made.
Oh my God. See, I don't think that's y'all's fault. I think that's IHOP's fault.
Yeah, I'll go with that.
Okay,
I'll take
let's have this discussion. Now, I don't know if they're in other parts of Canada, but obviously they're not in Nova Scotia. So how the fuck can they be considered the International House of Pancakes if they're just in America?
Right.
How the fuck does that happen?
I'm gonna call them now and be like, "You lying?"
That is a lying piece of shit right there.
Motherfuckers.
Oh, see now I know when I go to fucking Canada. I not only do I have to shoot a movie with this fucking douche monkey, I have to eat a fucking Tim Hortons. I can't have my Americanized Dunkin' Donuts. And no, I have to have fucking Denny's instead of IHOP. What the fuck?
We're like the welfare version of you guys.
Y'all are like government cheese.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
I mean, our best city here, it's kind of like being the least burned in a house fire. It's still not pretty,
But you know what's sad? Like if you ask American to name 10 cities in Canada, they can't fucking do it.
Right. I mean, that's fucking true.
But you ask a Canadian to name 10 cities in America, they can do it no problem. See, that's the problem. Y'all aren't fucking well known enough. Like I literally do not know any fucking cities in the province of fucking Nova Scotia.
Me neither, and I live here.
I know. I can go back and look through our texts and find out, the city that you live in. I don't even remember that. But Quebec? No, Montreal. Quebec's the province. Montreal's the city. Calgary?
This is nowhere near me.
Toronto? Is that a city or a province?
That's a city.
See? Okay, I got three.
Quebec, I cut through there to move here. Drove through. They don't like me very much. Couldn't imagine why.
Because you're an asshat.
Right. I mean, if you don't speak French, they don't like you.
So there's this episode of Letterkenny that is it basically exemplifies that right there. So the guys decide that they want to go fishing, and they're talking about how great fishing is in Quebec. Okay, so they're deciding to go to Quebec. So they're out there fishing on this ice lake, and they they drilled their hole, whatever. And there's this group of fucking Frenchies over there, and they're talking shit back and forth. And they don't understand what they're saying, and they don't understand what they're saying. They're only picking up certain words, and it's so fucking funny because they're over there. The Frenchies are over there singing some fucking French song because it's fucking French, and they're then the boys over from Letterkenny are like, "Can you please shut the fuck up?" and all this other shit, and and then they were like, "I would rather listen to Celine Dion than your dumbasses." And the Frenchies only heard Celine Dion, so they were like, Are you talking shit about Celine Dion? She's a fucking treasure. And they're just like, I don't know what the fuck you're saying, but you're saying it in a hostile tone. It is one of the funniest fucking things. And then, somehow they get into a scrap match, and then, in typical Canadian fashion, after they beat the shit out of each other, they're best friends.
Sorry, eh?
Sorry. Let me get you a beer, eh?
Right. The one thing I'll give Quebec credit for is there's one place in Canada that I'm aware of that the gas stations sell beer, and I can get on board with that.
Dude, every gas station here in America sells beer.
I know, and I was like, y'all got that right, and we're fucking up because we don't have that luxury.
Really? What do you have to go to a beer store?
Yeah. Well, it's funny in Toronto and all of Ontario, it's actually called the beer store. I'm like, how original. Uh,
Well, the boys from Letterkenny, I think, are the fake Letterkenny is from Ontario, I believe, and they keep on saying, "Oh, the beer store's closed." So that's literally, I guess, that's a literal thing. Okay.
I actually worked for their distribution center back in the day.
So the beer store, did it only sell beer? Did it sell wine and liquor as well?
No, there's an actual liquor store for that. So the beer store only carries beer, and
Is it like
and
that everywhere?
yeah. Well, no, actually, no. In Ontario, yeah, but here it was totally different. The liquor store's got a different name, and it's basically kind of a one place. You get beer there, you get fucking liquor and wine, or you got the weed section where you just go in and get your fucking weed. So when you walk in now, it reeks of fucking weed. It's dope.
So,
No
so
problem.
you're what we they're called ABC laws here in American or some places, but like here in Virginia, our ABC laws say that beer and wine can only be sold, you know, in gas stations or grocery stores or something like that, or an actual beer and wine store. And then we have ABC stores, and those ABC stores are specifically owned by the state of Virginia, and they're
Right.
operated by the state of Virginia. And you go inside there, that's the only place you can get liquor, but they don't sell beer or wine. They sell mixers, and they'll sell sodas to go with the liquor, but like you know just liquor. Everything else, grocery store, gas station, or specifically a beer and wine store. Like we have a place called Total Wine,
Right.
which has both. But then in other places, Total Wine, it's Total Wine and more in other places, like in Florida, where they sell everything in the fucking, mother at a Total Wine and more. Because you can get liquor, beer, and wine all in the same place. Florida doesn't have ABC laws like that.
I want to open a store called Total Swine, and all I sell is bacon.
Now, in some places, though, like Ohio, they have drive-through gas stations where you can just pull up and say, "Hey, can you get me this, 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 and this?" And then these two people will run around and get you everything, and then just hand it to you and drive away.
You know what we have actually?
What's that?
We have a drive-in fucking like a drive-through beer store out here, and it's all cold, and they're open fucking even on Sunday. They're open till midnight.
Nice.
Right? So, it's so fucking convenient because if you run out of shit and you're like, now what? Oh, they're still open, man. You can just roll out, fucking pull up. They come out with their little headset and it's all like, the side of it is all cooler doors.
Yeah,
And then-
that's how it is. Yeah,
And then, yeah, when they close, they just pull down these metal fucking,
Yeah.
shutters.
Yeah, the ones in Ohio, at least, I don't know how I don't know where else they are too, but I just know they're in Ohio. They look like fucking barns. You drive up and there's just cold case, and you're in the middle of all these cold cases, and just surrounded by beer, sodas, and whatever else you want. And then they just get them when you pay and drive off. It's
Yeah,
the
see-
weirdest shit ever.
Yeah, this one's dope because like when the front end is open, you can walk in and look around and get what you want, or you just pull up and fucking, it's kind of like ordering McDicks or something, man. You just tell them what you want at the speaker and pull up and they fucking load it for you.
Kind of like walking up and down Amsterdam in the red light district where there's nothing but naked prostitutes in the fucking glass windows and the fucking shops, and they're sitting there, you just knock and go, "I want this one."
It's funny, man, coming out here. I love my beer, man. But moving out here, stopped off in New Brunswick, and then the next day did the rest of the 4-hour fucking drive to get here. And it was a fucking, I don't know how people put up with me, man. I'm sitting in the passenger seat with my feet up on the fucking dashboard, just fucking, I'm like, every 5 minutes, like, man, I gotta piss. What the fuck? We just stopped like 5 minutes ago. I know, but I gotta piss again. Well, maybe if you weren't drinking fucking beer and shit in the passenger seat, you wouldn't have to piss so much. Like, I'm not going to talk to you if you're going to keep being so unreasonable, because now you're just talking nonsense. I ain't not drinking my damn beer.
now, See, now this is really turning into America versus Canada episode. So I'm kind of liking this. It naturally kind of progressed that way. I did not plan this. So what are your DUI and drinking laws compared to ours? Like, you're not allowed to have an open container in a car. Doesn't matter if you're sitting in a fucking bus, and drinking. You can't do that shit. Now, there's special laws for like party buses and stuff like that. But if you're just in a regular bus or an SUV in the fucking third row, you can't have an open fucking container. Are your laws similar to that, or?
In hindsight, probably. I wasn't the one driving, so I mean,
Yeah.
no foul, but there's no cops to be found, and like we drive for like 10 minutes of just open fucking road with nobody. I'm like, look at all this traffic. I'm like, where am I fucking moving to? Is it really this dead? But oh man, it was funny. You had to stop off at every fucking McDonald's along the way to take a leak.
What I find, you and I've had this conversation before, but what I still find hilarious is the fact that y'all are on the metric system in Canada, but yet you guys still call it the quarter pounder with cheese.
Yeah, man, it's all the same. Nothing's changed there.
I don't fucking understand it.
I don't eat that shit though. I mean, so you can call it whatever the fuck you like. In New Brunswick though, it's really weird. McDonald's is fucking French.
So they call it the Royale with cheese?
No, just like the actual place. It's actually called Park Ronald.
Is that what they're called in France or in like Quebec and shit?
Yeah. So that threw me the fuck off because I didn't know that, and I found out by pulling up to one in New Brunswick, because New Brunswick has a lot of like French population.
Is it? Okay.
In certain parts anyway. Because they're like connected to Quebec, it's like fucking it's the next province, right? So yeah, I thought it was really weird. I'm like, Park Ronald, what the fuck is that? Stupid.
That is interesting though.
Right?
I didn't know that's what French McDonald's was called. That's
me neither. Fucking learn something new every day.
Well, yeah. That's not exactly what I expected to learn new.
No.
But I'll take it. That's fucking interesting.
Right? I thought it was kind of trippy.
Yeah.
But yeah, out here though, man, there's some fucking decent food places. What I found interesting is there's like this dude was ambitious as fuck. He went to a culinary school in Toronto. He was on like Iron Chef Canada and all this shit. So he opened up this chain, but it's like two places. So wherever there's one, the other is there. And he owns both these places. One's called Habaneros, which is like this super fucking awesome burrito place. And tacos, all that great shit. And it's all like culinary fucking like brilliant shit.
Yeah.
And then beside it is a place called Cheese Curds, which is a burger joint that has like these really fucking good burgers, man. All different types and creative as shit. And they got one that's called the TNT burger. It's fucking so good. It's got like spicy pepperoni on it. Ooh. And like thick cut. And
you like thick sausage, don't you fucker?
I fucking knew as I'm saying this shit, this motherfucker's gonna.
They got this pepperoni,
right?
Thick,
but then
pepperoni.
Fucking jalapenos on it and shit.
Ooh,
and barbecue sauce. It's fucking good, man.
So pepperoni, jalapenos, and barbecue sauce.
Yeah,
that's an odd combination.
It's really good. Well, you get whatever the fuck you want on it because it's one of those like this is what we put on it, and then it's like, what else do you want? They got all these different sauces and shit.
Yeah.
And they got their special like in-house fucking stuff that they make that's like Canadian club fucking type, liquor based fucking barbecue sauce, really good.
Yeah.
All sorts of shit, man. Spicy mayo, shit like that.
So that's cool. I mean, here what they've done now is they're, at least on this side of the country, I'm pretty sure in like California they're doing the same shit because they're just as crazy as we are. But like It started in New Jersey, as far as I'm aware, and it's kind of starting to spread everywhere else. It's these things called fat sandwiches. And what a fat sandwich is like your normal burger or, Cuban sandwich or turkey club or whatever the case might be, but stuff the French fries inside there.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, or fuck that. You want a side of fucking mozzarella sticks? No, fuck that. We're gonna put the mozzarella sticks in your fucking sandwich. Oh no, you want jalapeno poppers on the side? No, fuck that. You're getting jalapeno poppers in the fucking sandwich. And it is like the greatest fucking thing ever, because we have a gas station that is Philadelphia based called Sheetz, and we have another one called Wawa. And these two compete back and forth to be the best, Philadelphia fucking gas station. But they're full fucking service restaurants inside of them too. To go full service, but still fucking full. Like some of the best fucking food you'll ever fucking have coming out of a fucking, gas station. It's ridiculous. And 9 times out of 10, people will pull in there, not get gas or anything. They'll just go in there for a fucking sandwich because it's so fucking good.
I saw a video of that place.
So at Wawa you can't do this, but at Sheetz you can. You can get fat sandwiches. They don't call them that, but they say you want add-ins. You want fucking jalapeno poppers on your fucking steak and cheese sub? Hell yeah, I fucking do. And, so that's my favorite fucking thing in the world to get is a fucking, steak and cheese sub with cheese whiz, because that's the only way to fucking eat a steak and cheese sub. I don't know if you knew that in Canada. Not American cheese or provolone. No. Real fucking Philly has cheese whiz on it, and then throw some fucking jalapeno motherfucking poppers in that bitch. Oh, that's like heavenly right fucking there.
Okay, I'm a sucker for the poppers, bro. I gotta admit that.
Now, are you a jalapeno popper with cheddar cheese or cream cheese?
Ooh, that's I've had them with mozzarella and I've had them with cream cheese, and they're both fucking equally good, man.
See, I prefer cream cheese, but I've never had them with mozzarella. I've had them with cheddar, but cheddar's not bad, but I prefer them with cream cheese.
Yeah, I feel like that's the proper way. Otherwise, they're just like mozza sticks or some shit. But I just went to a new fucking burrito place here, and they actually have a burrito called the California, which they put fries in it. So
yeah, there's I think it's a place in Philadelphia, or Pittsburgh, or I might be completely wrong on that, but they literally, you don't even ask, they put fries on your burger every fucking time. It's just burgers. Okay, here's a fucking thing of fries, and I think that's where they call them the fat sandwich, if I'm not mistaken. But like, there's in New Jersey, right outside of Rutgers University, I believe is what it is. There's a food truck. And they have challenges and shit like that, and people can name their own sandwiches and shit like that, but they literally just serve nothing but these fucking crazy ass fucking sandwiches. And it's just insane. If you can eat 5 of them, your meal is free, and you get to create your own sandwich to put up on the board.
Okay, that reminded me of something that I saw a while back, like a few years back, and I was like, what in the fuck is going on over there? What are you guys doing, man?
What's that?
Pizza Hut having stuffed crust pizza where the crust was stuffed with hot dogs. I'm like, what the fuck? That's gross.
That must have been a test market, because I didn't see that here.
Yeah, I was like, that's gnarly. Why would you do that? That's fucking just gross.
That doesn't surprise me, but I've never seen it.
It's like, what do you guys just like come up with blueprints? Like, how can we get more obesity up in this bitch?
Was it full hot dogs, or was it like little, like wieners?
Full, like it was the full hot dogs, just all the way, like just stuffed in the crust. You know what I mean? Like, so
no, they did. That must have been a test thing, like in one market, or they just decided to go to the fattest fucking place in the country and say, hey, we're gonna make you even fatter, so let's go ahead and do this here.
And then
go ahead.
Another one that they had where instead of like the crust was actually pull apart like cheeseburger sliders, dude. I was like, what the fuck?
Now that they had,
like, how can we get fatter? Let's just...
Now that one I remember. That was stupid. I never tried it. I'm not a big Pizza Hut fan anyway.
No.
If I'm not gonna order from a mom and pop place, because that's one thing about this place is it's mom and pop crazy in my town.
Same here. Yeah.
It is like ridiculous, and I love it. You know, you open up Uber Eats or DoorDash or whatever the fuck is the Canadian equivalent to that, and same. Okay. It's all mom and pops. I mean, you'll have the occasional, you know, national food chain in there, but in my town, we only have a TGI Fridays, a Ruby Tuesdays, an IHOP, and that's pretty much it as far as national food chains. Now, I'm not talking about Taco Bell or McDonald's. Those are here too, but I'm talking like actual sit down places. That's it. Everything else is mom and pop. So that's where I prefer to eat is mom and pop. However, you know, if you know, it can get a little bit pricier. So if I'm not going to order from a mom and pop pizza place, I do order from Domino's, because Domino's has gotten a lot better in recent years. So like we just ordered Domino's tonight for dinner. It was fantastic. They had this new hamburger fucking pizza, cheeseburger pizza. It's got this weird fucking sauce on it. It's like a ketchup and mustard combination that they put on the crust, and then it's cheese and hamburger and tomatoes. And I swear to God, it tastes like a cheeseburger from like a McDonald's or a Burger King. Just a plain cheeseburger with, you know, just ketchup and mustard on it. It's really fucking tasty. I'm like, I was really fucking surprised by that shit. I was pleasantly happy.
I'm intrigued.
Yeah,
I love Domino's.
If you have that up there, I would try that fucking pizza. It's really fucking good. So for all of the listeners right now, or actually the viewers, which is like 5, because nobody ever fucking watches my YouTube video. So for the 50,000 of you that are driving to work tomorrow morning or on your way home from work, order Domino's fucking hamburger pizza. It's fucking delicious. Not a sponsor, but give it a shot. It's fucking fabulous.
Yeah, man, I love Domino's. But same thing, like, I tend to go to like the privately owned places.
Yeah, I do too.
You know, typically, and you know, basically though, I think when I go to restaurants, for the most part, it's usually Mexican places because I fucking love Mexican food so damn much. It's ridiculous how much I eat that shit.
Yeah, me too.
I fucking love it.
Yeah, and in my town, we actually have a very high Mexican population, which, you know, nope, never mind. I'm not going to make the joke. Not going to do it.
No.
I'm not going to do it. The door is wide open, but I'm not going to do it. Anyway,
Right.
We have a very high Mexican population here, and there's tons. I mean, I can name 5 off the top of my head, and I know there's more. Mom and pop Mexican places, and they're all equally just badass. Yeah. Stop. I don't want to make the joke.
It just reminds me of the time I was working at that beer store, DC, and I was eating these fucking things. And, you know, I'm a man child. So this dude I was working with, you know, looks at me, he's like, "Are you seriously eating Dora fruit snacks?" Like, "Are you seriously eating Dora the Explorer fruit snacks right now?" I'm like, "Si, senor."
Hey, you know what? Doesn't matter if it's Dora, Nickelodeon, you know, fucking SpongeBob, Captain America, Spider-Man, Ocean Spray, whatever, or Walmart fruit smileys. They all taste the fucking same.
Right? I mean, there's different molds, man.
It's the same fucking thing. And more than likely, you know, you're getting it from the same fucking manufacturer, just with a different fucking name on it.
You know, fuck. It's so common. Like, people have no idea. It's like they just have different molds for this shit that comes from the same place.
Yeah, because, like, you know, major grocery store chains will contract out their you know, private label stuff to major chains, and then they'll slap a different label on it.
Right.
You know, that's really all it is. So, you know, in theory, like if you go to Walmart and it says compare to this, guess what? You're comparing it to this for a reason, because it's made by the same fucking people. So if you're going to buy Equate, or if you're going to buy Pantene Pro V, might as well buy fucking Equate when you go to fucking Walmart. It's the same fucking shit.
Exactly.
And I'm sick and tired of people saying that. Now, there's obviously some differences,
Right.
but in the same, in respect, like if you don't like, private label cereal, there's Malto Meal, which comes in the fucking bags, and that shit's just as fucking good because Malto Meal makes other fucking cereals as well in a box. You just don't know the fucking difference. After spending 15 years in the grocery business, I learned a fucking few things. Now,
Right.
ask me to go grocery shopping, I will spend too fucking much. I am not the grocery shopper in my family. I suck at it because I have a fucking hard time fucking shopping. It's like, ooh, I want this. Ooh, I want this. Ooh, I want this. Ooh, I want this. So I have a problem. So I do not do grocery shopping at all because I suck at it. Even though I worked in it for 15 years, you would think I know all the secrets, and I do. I just ignore them and say, fuck it.
I remember when I was in Florida one time, I was like a kid in a candy store with the grocery stores because y'all got all this shit that I would see commercials for my whole fucking life, but we didn't have it here. Like just the cereal shit, like y'all got some types of cereal that we didn't have here, but we got the commercials all the fucking time. Like Kix was one. We didn't have that shit. So I was like, when I got there and I saw this shit, I was like, I have to try this shit. You know what I mean? It was like glorified corn pops. It's the same fucking thing. It's stupid.
So there's a Canadian comedian, which I know is an oxymoron. No, I'm just kidding. No. His name is K. Trevor Wilson. He plays a part on Letterkenny. But he does this bit about American cereals versus Canadian cereals. And I've watched it before, and it's fucking hilarious. He's talking about how, here you there in Canada, you guys only have regular Captain Crunch. That's it. But here we've got Captain Crunch with Crunch Berries, and then we've got Captain Crunch Peanut Butter. We've got Captain Crunch Oops All Berries, and all this. And he does this whole long spiel, like 10 minutes, just on the simple fact about how Canada's getting screwed with Captain Crunch.
we do get them sometimes. Like all those specialty types, when they launch, they usually are here. But if they don't sell well, then I guess they fuck off. But once in a while, they'll bring them back.
Well, I mean, you guys aren't big on sugar cereals. I mean, we are here. And, the States, I mean, it's, there's more fucking sugar cereals than there are healthy fucking cereals. People scoff at Kashi. They're like, oh, I can't eat the Kashi shit. That's organic and it's fucking whole grain and shit. It tastes the fucking same, motherfucker. It's just more healthy. God damn it. Get off your fucking high horse, you piece of shit. Eat yourself some fucking Kashi and you won't fucking die of 50 fucking heart attack, you dumb piece of shit. I say this while I eat fucking Honey Nut Cheerios.
One of my favorites when I was a kid, especially, and I'll still fucking I don't eat this shit, but my God, I still love the shit. Count Chocula, one of my favorites. You're muted again, bro.
My bad. It's a specialty now. It only comes out at Halloween.
Halloween, yeah. So, but then they bring back all of them. So I was like,
it's Count Chocula, Boo Berries. What's the other one? I can never remember.
Frankenberry.
Frankenberry. Thank you.
So I'm like, that's a fair trade. I'll accept that because for a long time we always had Count Chocula. Then it disappeared.
Yep. So do we.
But when they brought it back for Halloween, they brought back all the other ones with it. So I was like, okay. I'll accept
that. Yeah, we had it forever. It was a regular fucking staple. But now, I mean, Cocoa Puffs, I mean, it's the same thing as fucking, Count Chocula, except for Count Chocula has marshmallows in it.
Right.
I mean, dude, here in America, I cannot remember the name of it, but there was literally a fucking cereal that just came out recently, and I don't know if it was a specialty, limited time only type thing or whatever the case might be, but it was literally all fucking marshmallows.
Why bother?
I shit you not. It was literally all fucking marshmallows.
Imagine making hot chocolate like that. You just fill a coffee cup full of fucking marshmallows.
Yeah.
And then call it hot chocolate.
I mean, that's pretty much what it is. But at the same time, it's like, I can fucking do that with a can of marshmallows on my own, or a bag of marshmallows on my own.
Right? Like, how the fuck is that cereal?
And let's be real for a second here. The marshmallows inside a fucking cereal are not fucking marshmallows. A dehydrated marshmallow is not fucking marshmallow. It's a fucking sugar cube. Let's fucking be real for a second here.
Get your NASA fucking freeze-dried
That's
shit.
exactly what it is. It's a fucking freeze-dried fucking marshmallow that has no place being called a fucking marshmallow. Like fucking the freeze-dried astronaut fucking ice cream. They don't know, they didn't even eat that fucking shit in space. All it is a fucking, that's exactly what a fucking freeze-dried marshmallow tastes like, is that fucking ass NASA fucking ice cream that they fucking package and say, this is what astronauts eat. No, they fucking don't. They eat real fucking ice cream. Fucking morons. Talk about a fucking gimmick. God damn. That's worse than fucking, the fucking super kick parties that fucking the Young Bucks hold. Jesus Christ. Gimmicky as fuck.
You're really passionate about that fucking ice cream, huh?
I was pissed. I went to Kennedy Space Center when I was young, and I got this fucking ice cream, and I'm like, oh, this is what astronauts eat? Okay, this is fucking gross, but I'm like, who doesn't want to be a fucking astronaut? So I learned to fucking like it, and then I grew up, and I'm like, that's fucking bullshit? How the fuck? No, fuck that shit. I'm pissed.
I went there and I did the same fucking thing. I bought the exact same shit from the Kennedy Space Center, and it tasted like freeze-dried asshole.
Oh my god. It does.
8.
It tastes like ass. I've never eaten it again because it's a fucking gimmick. It's a fucking ploy. They can suck my dick at fucking NASA. Just fucking admit the fucking truth and tell us that fucking aliens are here. And shut your goddamn pie hole, because I'm sick and tired of the lies that the fucking government is telling me.
Aliens show up, and the first thing to do is grab that little foil package of that freeze-dried ice cream, and just, this is bullshit.
No, you know what pissed me off? I'll tell you what would piss me off. They come here and, oh, this is our favorite treat on our planet. I'm like, oh, so NASA knew the whole fucking time. They stole it from the aliens. So it really is a space treat. They just lied and said it was an astronaut fucking space. No, but it's really a fucking aliens fucking space treat. These fucking Martian motherfuckers have all figured out how to fucking dehydrate food and make it fucking last a million fucking years. And no, we gotta lie and say space food.
If that happens, are you gonna have me come on your show when you give your retraction and apologize to NASA?
Why would I apologize? Because I would just say I proved you wrong. You lied.
I was a little hostile.
If that happens, I would bring a fucking alien on my show and fucking alien right here live on my show.
I don't know how we got from one thing to fucking aliens on live fucking air. Wow. We went from ice cream to let's bang an alien on the air live. What the fuck? Wow. That definitely was thought out.
I'm apparently having a manic day today, so I'm all types of hyped up.
This is not ice cream. I'm gonna fucking alien. What the fuck? How do we get from point A?
When you put it like that, it makes me sound like a fucking crazy person. This is not real ice cream. I'm gonna fucking alien. You gotta have the whole steps in between.
I don't know what I missed there. Fuck it.
There is something I do want to talk about, though. That's completely off subject of what we've been talking about this last hour. But something was said to me last night that really got me thinking. And no, this is a serious conversation. We're going to go back to serious for a second. So I was talking to Steve Hofstetter, right? And we were talking about how, he had a podcast at one point in time. Okay? Now, here's where I get confused. And again, this goes back to the algorithm shit that you and I have talked about 100,000 times. So he was talking about last year how he had a podcast for a little bit and it ended up failing. and he canceled it. And my question to you is this, and I didn't ask him this because I'm like, I didn't want to have that conversation with him. I was having a good conversation with him. I didn't want to go any deeper with it. And it's the same question I've been posing to you about this whole algorithm thing. So this guy has 556,000 followers on his YouTube, over a billion fucking views on all of his fucking things. He's got 250,000 followers on Facebook, another 500,000 on fucking Facebook, Instagram, and I don't even know how many on Twitter. Okay? How do you have a failed podcast like that? It's the same question in reverse for me. Like, I get 40 to 50,000 downloads a day on my podcast, but I can't get fucking 10 to 20 fucking views on my YouTube channel. It boggles my mind. How does somebody that fucking famous and that popular have a failed podcast?
They're getting fucked.
But you know what I'm saying? You see what I'm saying? It's weird, isn't it?
Yeah, I mean, oh man, I think it's such a saturated like market too, right? But YouTube has been known to fuck people now. I mean, they've reduced the monetization amount by 80%, which is fucking like astronomical.
Yeah.
And you could literally pinpoint, and if you open your shit in 2 tabs at the same time, you can see them. They've altered the fucking views. And
let's see. So right now on OBS it says we have 4 viewers. But on my phone it says we have 3.
See? It's weird.
Yeah. So OBS is reading that we have 4, but whatever. But again, I don't care about YouTube views because I have sponsors. You know, I just signed a new one today, thank God. And I get the downloads on my podcast, but it just makes me weird to think, how does it not go back and forth? How do one not equate to another?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's very odd.
It doesn't add up.
It doesn't. I mean, and I'm not talking about the frauds here because that, we know how theirs doesn't add up. I'm talking about the legitimate stuff here. As someone who has, like I said, 1 billion fucking views on his YouTube page, 556,000 followers on his YouTube page, can't have a successful podcast. But I, who have, I think it's 29,000 subscribers and 40,000 to 50,000 downloads a day, because only like half of my fucking, download base is fucking people who don't know how to fucking subscribe. But anyway, I digress. But I can't I'm only sitting at 165 fucking followers and, 10,000 views on on Facebook. I mean, on YouTube. It's weird how that works.
It is. I mean, again, obviously, it's a system that's manipulated very, very frequently.
Yeah.
So, I feel like it caters to certain people because they've been doing it for fucking like 20 years. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So they kind of own the monopoly on the shit, whether they want to or not is another, like Rogan, for example.
Yeah.
He doesn't want to be the only fucking big time show that's like making stupid amounts of money.
Well, as of the end of the year, he can't have his shit on YouTube anymore.
I know. So
well, let me rephrase that. He can have short, up to 5-minute clips, I think is what I read in the Spotify contract. Because starting in the next year, you can actually start putting video
right
on Spotify soon. So, at that point, do I say fuck YouTube and go live on fucking Spotify? These are all questions that need to happen. Because 50% of my listener base comes from Spotify. So if I moved over to Spotify, would they just say fuck it and watch me there? Or, but at the same time, or would I have the exact same amount of views and listens? Just now they're watching the video versus downloading the episode. So it's a back and forth thing.
Yeah, I mean, shit. That's a good question. I mean, it could go so many different ways.
It can.
It's like with him leaving YouTube and shit, it kind of opens the door for somebody to take that spot. But
who is the question? Who?
Right. You know what I mean? I noticed like Joe Budden's doing this shit now because he left Spotify, and I feel like I can't pinpoint what it is, but I feel like since he's done that, his show's kind of been lacking something. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
maybe it's the production value or some shit. I don't know, but it just seems like it's kind of downgraded some.
Yeah.
And you know, and I don't mean that as an insult or anything. It's just like, I don't know, like visually or something, there's something missing or
Yeah.
completely different. Maybe it's just the way Spotify did things. I don't know. I know he was always on YouTube as well, but yeah, or maybe it's just the energy. Like maybe he just fucking is bitter about this shit and doesn't really fucking want to do it anymore. I don't know.
Who knows?
You know what I'm saying? Like,
I mean, after the whole fucking, Rogan thing, I mean, that's fucking, was it $500 million or some shit?
yeah, man.
I mean, I'd be pissed off too.
Yeah.
That's fucked up.
Yeah.
I mean, especially when you have somebody that's been loyal to you. We're just gonna go ahead and casually, that would be like. And Rogan was huge, so don't get me. This is a horrible comparison, but that's like
Right.
Them in 5 years saying, Rogan, we're not gonna fucking renew you. We're gonna go ahead and pick up Derek instead. You know what I'm saying? I mean, it's nowhere close to the comparison, but it's a similar. It's the it's about the same thing. I mean, Button was loyal to Spotify for so many years, and then they just kind of fucked him in the end.
Yeah, he was the #1 show on Spotify for like how long?
Yeah.
Continuously.
Yep.
And then you just do him dirt like that. I know that it wasn't kind of like there was a negotiation that he wasn't happy with, and I know it came down to money, but it's like, so you just paid Rogan more than Budden was asking for.
Yeah. I mean, next year is going to be an interesting year because there's at least here in the States. I don't know how it's going to equate to Canada or anywhere else, but one of our most famous talk show hosts, Conan, is retiring from TBS, and the Conan show is going away in July of next year. So that's going to open the door for somebody else to possibly take up that spot. Are they going to go with somebody famous, or are they going to, pull a fucking, Comedy Central and pull some guy from obscurity, out of, South Africa, and, put Trevor and do Trevor Noah like they did with the Jon Stewart and Trevor Noah switch for Daily Show. That's what they do? Maybe.
Yeah.
All I know is that TBS is about to start getting a shit ton of emails from me. But at the same time, it's like, and then, again, the Rogan thing. I mean, it's going to open up the door for somebody to take over YouTube as far as doing this type of show.
Yeah. I feel like inevitably at this point in this case, I think probably getting somebody new would be a smart move, because all these people, I mean,
fuck
all
Canada.
I do too fucking much as it is, man. I don't want to do it. I want to go fuck off.
I'll do it. No, I'll do it. Please let me do it.
I just want people to leave me the fuck alone at this point.
I want people to start giving more of a fuck about me.
For 5 years, I'm good.
Nope. I want to be shoved down people's faces like fucking Roman Reigns.
Damn. Oh my god.
Or John Cena, is that a better comparison?
I mean, in the meantime, you could just claim 4.5 million fucking weekly viewers. Fucking have 12.
Fake it till you make it.
They've been faking it for like 14 years now and fucking still haven't made it. That's why I said what I said about you two fucking fossils. Couldn't get discovered if your next guest was an archaeologist.
Yeah, fuck them. Because I actually had this conversation last night with Steve again about about something similar. So him and I were having a conversation about you know, how I kind of like the way I do my show and what selling out, you know, definition of selling out is, and so on and so forth. And he was like, you know, his definition of selling out is pretty good. It's like, you know, doing something that you don't want to do for the sake of money, that's selling out. But doing something that you love to do and making money at it is not selling out. And I said, exactly. So, you know, I brought up the fact that, you know, if I ever get a no-no list from a PR agent, I'll refuse to have them on my show. And I go, but there's limits with that. I go, if they're going through a really, really hard divorce and they don't want me to talk about that, that's different. But if the divorce is 10 years old and nobody else has talked about it, let me have the opportunity to talk about it. Or, you know, other things like that, you know, really controversial shit that they don't want to talk about, that's different. But if it's a long list of fucking no-nos, don't talk about it, I don't want them on the show, because I don't want you to come on here and just talk about your movie or just talk about your new single release. You're going to do that 10,000 other times. Let me have something different, right? And he agreed with me on that. But then I remember yesterday, because it's Wednesday, just want to throw that out there. I was watching, and I briefly clicked on to a certain Wednesday afternoon podcast.
Oops.
And during this, I'm not going to name names. It's just a regular once a week Wednesday afternoon podcast that gets 4.5 million viewers. One of the hosts, the older one, was having a conversation with the guest about politics. Okay? And then the younger one kept having to cut the guest off and the older host, saying, we don't talk about politics, we're not allowed to do that, we'll get in trouble. And the guest wanted to talk about it, but he kept cutting them off, saying, no, we can't talk about that, can't talk about that. And I'm like, why the fuck would you tell a guest you cannot talk about that? You're not allowed to have a no-no list. You're the fucking interviewer.
Right. Garbage.
Yeah. And it's the same reason why I'll never take another guest from that company again.
Yeah, I mean,
you don't tell me what I can and can't talk about with your. If it's one subject, if it's just politics, I'm gonna talk about it with them. My show is no holds barred, anything goes. If it's happening in the world today, we're gonna talk about it. We might not talk about it for long, but we're gonna talk about it. You know, we're gonna talk about this, or we're gonna talk about that. If you want me to not touch on touchy, controversial subjects regarding that particular person, again, that's a different story. I'll respect that. But if you ever tell me that my clients are forbidden from talking about a certain subject, then your clients are forbidden from coming on my show.
That's right. You know, I've never had anybody fucking say, oh, you know, they want to be on your show, but we got to screen the questions and blah, blah, blah. Fuck that.
I don't do that.
I've never had that happen yet.
I won't either. I said that. Nope.
But, yeah, I don't like that shit. And
yeah. But again, at the same time, I mean, if they're going through a really nasty divorce, or they just got arrested for something and, you know, they can't talk about it because it, you know, it's still going to trial, you know, stuff like that, I'll be respectful of.
Well, yeah, I'm not a bloodsucker, man.
Yeah,
I'm not bringing someone on to humiliate them.
No. But again, if it was like I said, you know, say for instance, Brad Pitt, I use this example all the time. You know, if I want to talk about the Angelina and him divorce, which was amicable, things are fine now, wasn't really tabloid headlines. Hey, I'm going through a divorce right now too. I mean, can you give me some advice? I know you went through yours with Angelina. You know, it was very amicable, and mine is going the same way. But can you just give me some advice? You know, something like that. If I would like to be able to ask that type of question. But again, if it was happening right now, I wouldn't touch it with a 5-foot pole.
Right, and I think that approach, for that reason as well, is kind of different. You know what I mean? Yeah. I think that's the exception to the rule. Where it's like, you know, I'm not trying to get the dirt on your shit, man. I'm just trying to get advice one person to another. That's kind of, you know, you handled it like a pro. I'm going through it now. Okay, that's different. You know what I'm saying? Like,
but at the same time, with the mental health idea behind my show, I like to get the dirt because I want to know what your mental state is about the dirt. Because one of my people that listen to this show could be going through something similar. And if
Right.
you can survive it, so can they. So how can you help that person that's listening on their drive home who's debating driving off a fucking cliff like I was 2 years ago? You know what I'm saying? How can you help that person? And that's the whole idea. And it's not about getting the dirt or starting, controversial headlines or, oh, he said this. I'm going to email the Daily Mail tomorrow to make sure that I get fucking publicity because he said it on my show. No, I don't. I don't do that.
Right. There are people that do.
Of
but,
course, I don't. But I'm not going to. But again, it's that mental health aspect of thing. How can what we're talking about right now help somebody that's driving home that is thinking about driving off a cliff? Because I was that guy 2 years and 1 month ago. How can you help that guy?
I still just can't believe you gave those motherfuckers a view, bro.
I gave him a view on Periscope. It doesn't count. I was flipping through Twitter and I saw it. I was like, oh, let me watch for a second.
I can't help but laugh when I see now that the owner of the network that they're on is now posting their shit to promote it because they desperately need the help now, because I've kind of, done some harm with all of that. Now, here's the thing that makes me laugh is they've cut ties with anyone that associates with me, yet the Skeletor you're referring to has tried to add me as a friend on social media.
Yeah, I unfriended him.
He tried to add me. I'm like, are you senile? Like, do you not know?
No, he is senile, because the thing about it is every time he goes on Facebook and bitches about the virus, he can't fucking spell it right.
So
you're 80 years old and you can't spell virus? It is virus. That is it. No, but he spells it OUS. Virus.
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 So I decided today that I was like, maybe I should put a petition out there to have social media taken out of the retirement home, so keep this shit from happening again. Somebody come get your grandpa, man. He's starting to fucking rub me the wrong way.
Yeah, I hear you. Or if you do more promoting for your PR agency than they do for you, that's a problem.
See, that's what I've been saying lately. I'm like, there's a sucker born every fucking second.
Now I do want to go ahead and preface this, because I'm potentially signing on with a new PR agency soon. Okay, and the proposal that I sent to them did include me helping promote the bands.
Of course.
Okay, because I am obviously in a position to do so. So, and that's part of the deal. So that being part of the deal is a different scenario. So I'm just kind of saying that now because you're going to start seeing me promote a bunch of shit soon.
Right.
But again, that's part of the deal that I have, and I know that this person will take care of me just as much as I'm taking care of them.
Right, and you're not paying them to promote you and then turning around and fucking promoting them.
No, it's all built into the deal as the way we're structuring it.
Right.
And again, I'm not, there's no NDA, so I'm not saying anything, but at the same time, I'm not going to say who this is or how the deal's structured. It's just, know that I'm going to be going to a newer PR agency soon, and hopefully it'll take, this person will hopefully take this show to the next fucking level. And I'm really, really excited. Really, really fucking excited. Like, stoked. Because I got that today. And I got the new sponsor today, which it doesn't start until January, so I'm not going to plug them yet. Just know that I already told you, but just know that it fits in very, very well with the mental health theme. I'm a firm believer in what this product is going to be. Just know that, trust me when I say it is mental health related. And if you suffer of severe anxiety, this new product, or it's not new, this product that I will be promoting from this company will definitely help you. So that's all I'm going to say about that.
When these motherfuckers in question finally get a sponsor, what do you say we make a friendly gentleman's bet right now that if they finally get a sponsor, it's Viagra?
Dude, that's not fair. Let me tell you why that's not fair. Let me tell you why that's not fair. Let me tell you why that's not fair. Because the reason why that's not fair, if their ears making fun of them for being old, that's fine. But if you're making fun of them having to use Viagra, that's not fair. Let me tell you why. 75% of my audience is mental health people. And if you use an SSRI like Lexapro or Celexa or what's it called? Zoloft or anything like that, you have sexual problems occasionally. So you have to use Viagra. I have a bottle of it upstairs. I'm not going to lie. The thing about it is the Lexapro sucks. I mean, it works well for my mind, but it works horrible for my dick. So I want to make sure everyone knows that if you are a mental health person that uses an SSRI, such as Lexapro, Celexa, or Zoloft, and you have to use Viagra, he's not making fun of you. Because I'm one of them. He's making fun of old people for being old. That's what he's making fun of. However, right. If you are an old person that also uses Lexapro and also uses Viagra, I am sorry for you. That is not what this is intended for.
As long as they don't claim that they have 4.5 million weekly viewers.
Yes, exactly.
I don't know. Maybe their sponsor will be Swiffer because they're both dusty as fuck.
Now that's a better one. I like that one. Use that one. That one's good. I like that. That's fucking good. Wow, did you just come up with that? That's fucking great. Or have you been sitting on that all day?
Oh no, I'm retarded. Like maybe some lemon pledge. Well, that's what I said when I fucking told them. If they fuck with you one more time or anyone close to me, I said I'll start dusting motherfuckers like a lemon pledge commercial. So don't fucking step out of line.
That you did say, yeah.
So
well, again, I don't know what my status is on that side of things. I just know that I have been deleted off of Facebook. But
I don't know if that's a sorry moment for my Canadian ass or if I should be fucking saying you're welcome.
More like you're welcome.
Right.
So
it seems like fucking every time I fucking say something about their bullshit, someone else gets fucking cut, but not me. They enjoy it.
Here's my opinion, and this is, I'm sure, yours as well. I'm still getting guests. Good, huge guests. Man, yesterday, I'm still waiting on the confirmation email for a date. But I snagged somebody yesterday that I don't know if you know who they are, because I don't know how international they are, but nationally huge. And if I can nail this down, will be single-handedly the biggest fucking interview I've ever fucking done. Bigger than Steve Hofstetter from yesterday. Again, done by me. Just by me sending out emails, having a professional fucking be a guest thing where I explain the fucking show and I have a fucking clip of everyone that's been on my show before that that I'm fucking legit. By me sending out these things, I've been getting, the guests I have. Now, granted, I do work with another PR person, who's been sending me the bands, but as far as like other comedians and stuff like that, I've been getting those on my own. But this one right here, bro, I am like shaking in my boots for. I'm not even wearing boots, and they're still shaking over there in over my fucking hallway right now. Like, that's how fucking stoked I am for this fucking potential guest. I'm not going to say if it's a comedian or a band or an actor or anything else like that. Just know that this potential guest is fucking massively huge. And it fits right in with mental health, too, because they, person, her, she, him, whatever, has a connection to it in some which way, shape, or form that I'll get to, once I announce it. So it works out really, really well. I'm really fucking stoked. Yeah, like,
I swear to God, if it's man in car, we're gonna have words.
He was in it. He was in it.
So was wallpaper. Like, and it was more relevant.
Facts. You know what I haven't been doing lately?
I don't know.
I haven't been watching wrestling as much as I should be.
Wow.
Yeah. Now, you know, the Ginger Nickelback fan is a huge wrestling fan, so hopefully I can, you know, not have to worry about it because, like, you know, my Daria-looking ex-wife hates wrestling with a passion, so hopefully I can, you know, start watching it more. But have you been paying attention to what's going on? I at least been reading the dirt sheets and I know what's going on.
I have, but I gotta say, with all these very endearing nicknames you have for people, I can't imagine why it never works out for you. This Ginger Nickelback. Yeah, this has a bright future. I see it.
Every time I talk shit, I get a text message. Let me see if I got a text message. Nope, not yet. That's coming.
Right now, the text is just at the first of all stage.
Oh, we're gonna get. I got like a 15-second delay between OBS and this and YouTube, so it's coming. I can feel it. But anyway, I am I am very interested to see where this whole Impact Wrestling AEW invasion storyline is going.
Yeah.
Very curious because Kenny Omega teaming up with, you know, Gallows and, you know, Harper, you know, not Harper, Gallows and Anderson, excuse me, to face whoever the fuck they're facing in Impact, you know, is, you know, weird. Are we going to get more people back and forth between Impact, or is this going to be Kenny Omega going back and forth? You know, and can we just go ahead and point out something real quick here? With the exception of their TNT championship, has anyone noticed, and does anyone give a fuck that the AEW World Champion and the AEW Tag Team Champions are their executive vice presidents? Has anyone fucking noticed that they have now booked themselves to win championships in their own fucking promotion?
Right. Didn't Hunter take some shit for that?
Dude, people have taken shit for that for years. Dusty Rhodes used to take shit for it when he was booking for Florida Championship Wrestling.
Nash.
Nash and Hogan in fucking WCW. But the fucking fanboys of AEW haven't said shit on any of the fucking dirt sheets, on Twitter or nothing. Nobody's talking shit because it's fucking Kenny Omega and the fucking Bucks. How fucking bullshit is that?
Yeah. I find that company just does a lot of really weird shit that I find like it is political as fuck, but they try to make it seem like it's not.
Yeah, and you know, but the storylines are really good there. I give them that, but it's nothing but spot monkey wrestling. It really is. I can't do it. Is it fun to occasionally watch one from New Japan? You know, one that goes an hour and a half and you just want to see all the crazy shit that they fucking do? Yes. But to see it every fucking week, you know, I don't want to see a super kick party every fucking Wednesday. I don't want to see, you know, constant fucking, you know, moonsault suicide dives off the fucking top rope every fucking Wednesday. I don't want to see that shit. I want to see some technical shit mixed in with it. Now, don't get me wrong. They're doing well. They beat fucking Raw last week in the ratings. Or this week, excuse me. Was it this week? Yes. So this past Wednesday, not yesterday, but last week's Wednesday, did better numbers than the national demographic in ratings than this past Monday's Raw did. So they're doing something right. But at the same time, give me something better than spot monkey wrestling all the goddamn time.
Right. I feel like every product is just kind of dwindling at this point.
Except for NXT. NXT is still on its fucking ball.
Yeah.
NXT is on the fucking ball. Hunter has fucking done great things. And don't get me wrong, most of SmackDown's doing all right. And especially the whole Roman Reigns fucking storyline, I'm loving it. That is what Roman Reigns should have been from the get-go. I am loving his pairing with fucking, Paul Heyman. I'm loving it. I cannot wait to see what they do this Sunday at TLC with Kevin Owens, him and Cohen. Oh, it's going to be fucking fantastic. But other than that, it's like the Roman Reigns storyline's cool. NXT is great. And occasionally what the Fiend's got going on is cool, but now he's with Randy Orton, so who knows how that's going to fucking go. Especially since Randy Orton's getting ready to lead into another fucking feud with Edge going into WrestleMania. So what's going to happen, is Edge going to fucking interfere? Possibly. Because now after this week, going into New Year's, we're on the road to WrestleMania. So is Edge going to interfere? And that's how he's going to come back and Edge, and Fiend's going to win that way? Or who knows? I mean, so I'm curious. I'm really fucking curious.
Did you see the change to that match now?
It's an Inferno match.
Right.
But the question remains, though, are they going to do it like Undertaker Kane style? Or are they going to do it some other weird Fiend, type way?
Probably a cinematic type fucking.
Yeah. The cinematic stuff is fun, don't get me wrong. But it's been used too much.
Right. I think they're going to the well a little too frequently with that.
Yeah.
Fuck me. I mean, I found out this speculation, and I think it's true, that the direction they're going in this year is going to be fucking Reigns and Goldberg. Like, what the fuck?
Oh my God, dude. Yes. I heard about that, and I do not want that. Please do not. No. God damn it. Everyone get on the fucking dirt sheets right now. Start tweeting at fucking WWE. We do not want Reigns and Goldberg.
No.
Abso-fucking-lutely not.
They need to get the fuck over that.
No. Abso-fucking-lutely not.
Goldberg needs another payday, apparently.
Yeah, but then at the same time, they're also talking about, I heard, where it's going to be Drew McIntyre versus Keith Lee versus Brock Lesnar.
Wow.
Take Brock Lesnar out. I want Keith Lee versus Drew McIntyre.
Yeah.
That would be a badass fucking match.
Did you hear he was sent back to developmental?
Yeah, but I think it was more of a, hey, we're getting ready to put you in a major fucking push. Let's make sure you're ready.
See, that's the only thing that makes sense to me.
Yeah. Now, like Otis and stuff like, I think it was Otis and a couple other ones. Otis needs some more fine tuning. He's got great charisma. He's got, great in-ring presence, but his ring work isn't that great.
He's like a fucking toddler.
Keith Lee, on the other hand, has great in-ring work. Maybe they sent him back there to get better mic skills or just to fine-tune a couple things because he's getting ready to have that major league push. I feel that is more of a, hey, we believe in you, but let's go ahead and make sure you're 100% ready to go. We think you're 99% there. We just want to give you that extra 1%. So I think that one's not a big deal.
It could be a confidence thing too. Like, there's times you don't really hear about it, but in detail, but there are times where they've said, like, we wanted to put somebody in that position and they didn't feel they're ready.
Correct.
And they're like,
yeah, because he literally just got on the main roster, 4 or 5 months ago?
Right. So they don't want it to be too soon, I think, because that'll be the first argument. If it flops, it was way too soon.
Yeah.
He fucking he wasn't there long enough on the main to fucking really get confident enough and established and whatever. So it makes sense. I mean, that the other ones
made 100% sense.
Yeah,
but Keith Lee, I think, is a completely different story.
I think so.
Yeah. Because I have nothing but faith in that guy. I mean, I've watched him for years. I met him back in the day at Pro Wrestling Gorilla, PWG in California. Guy's a fucking maniac. Guy can fucking work, around anyone. He can, and his mic skills, might need a little bit more work. I mean, that's what they're sending him there for. We don't know.
Right.
But again, I think, him versus Drew McIntyre is almost in the bag, especially in the lead up to SummerSlam. Because that was the night before that is when Keith Lee lost the belt to Karrion Kross. And they were doing vignettes all week long with Drew and Keith in the ring together talking about their matches that coming Sunday, blah, 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 blah. And they were having back and forths. So they kind of slowly started building that. And I think that's where they're going to go. And I think it'd be brilliant if it happens.
What would you do right now at this point if you were Strowman? Like, they seem to just keep dropping the ball with him. And
I think the Day of the Monster's dead.
yeah.
It was fun for a long time, especially in the 90s, early 2000s, Attitude Era, even during the, Ruthless Aggression Age.
Mm-hmm.
But I think the monster, is dead. I think, especially now with UFC, with 200-pound guys who can, fight, 265-pound guys and beat them. We know that little men can beat big men. That's not a question of if or anymore. It's not a David and Goliath story. It's two Davids and one's a little bit more Goliath-ish. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, and I mean that story angle is so played out now.
It is.
That it's been done to death for decades. I mean, but I recall him saying, he told Vince, like, if I don't work for this company, then I just don't do this shit anymore. I'm not ever going to work for someone else. Yeah. So, if they decide we got nothing for you, he's not going to show up at AEW or something. No,
he's going to go back to fucking being a fucking massive fucking power lifter again. He's going to go back to strongman.
Yeah,
probably. But again, I think the big man, bullshit is done. I mean, look at what they were doing for a while there on Raw with that Raw Underground crap. They had that guy Dabba-Kato, which is another one they sent back to NXT.
Yeah.
He was dominating for a while, and then he lost to. Didn't he lose to Aleister Black?
Probably.
Or
is that right?
Jen, can you fact check me? I can't remember who that was, but he lost to somebody pretty quickly, and it was a smaller guy. So again, that proves, the whole idea that, hey, you know what I'm saying? Because it was, yeah.
And the problem with some of those bigger guys too is that they're not very athletic. So when you put them against somebody like, say, Aleister, who's extremely fucking athletic and just crazy talented, it's kind of like a mismatch.
It is.
It shows. I think it emphasizes that the bigger dude's just not there, too new. I feel like they do kind of get stuck in the mindset of having to be some big lumbering fuck just because he's big. It's like, no, because look at the competition now. You got guys like Lee, who's a big dude, but he's fucking agile, man.
Yeah. But then at the same time, you got to look at work rate. Granted, I'm sitting over here talking shit about the spot monkeyness of AEW, okay? But obviously that's what's getting the attention right now. They don't have any monsters over there.
No.
They've got guys of all sizes, all shapes, that can work like a motherfucker.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? The only big man and I say with the exception of Keith Lee, the only other big monster-ish type person, Keith Lee isn't a monster, is Brock Lesnar. But that motherfucker can work.
Right. Big time.
I'm sorry, Braun Strowman can't work.
No, not so much.
He's got a great gimmick, and he's fun to watch, but he cannot work.
Right. I feel like when he's paired with the right people, it's great.
Because he can make people look like $1 million.
Right.
But if somebody's trying to make him look like $1 million, it doesn't work that well. No.
I think
he can't work. I'm sorry. And that's coming from a guy who worked on the Indies for 13 years, never made it to WWE. I have no room to talk. That's just my personal opinion.
I think him and Reigns against each other in that feud the first time was probably about as cool as it got for him. I think that's
and Roman carried that.
Right, because the aggression on both parts, I felt like
yeah,
now we're getting somewhere.
Yeah, and especially now with what Roman's doing, he's proving that he can fucking work.
Right.
I've always known that man can work. You're not part of the Samoan dynasty and don't know how to fucking work.
Right.
That guy knows how to fucking work.
Exactly. I mean, hell, I still think his match with Lesnar was fucking great back in the day. Even with the Rollins finish and whatever, it was like, damn, this is getting fucking good. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Especially when blood starts coming into it, and it's like, oh, this is getting brutal.
Yeah. And I'll be honest with you, like, was it WrestleMania 31 or 32, whatever one that was, when fucking, Rollins fucking came in, man, I marked out like a motherfucker. I have always been a Tyler Black fan because I knew that guy back in the day, and man, see him what he's doing now. And by the way, congratulations to him and fucking Rebecca. Their baby's fucking beautiful. Hats off to them. So, and I use their real names there because they just had a baby, and I'm trying to be respectful of that. But hats off to Seth Rollins and Becky Lynch. Hats off to Tyler and fucking Rebecca. Beautiful fucking baby.
And it's not because I'm Canadian, but I got to say the same thing for Renee because she just announced that they're expecting.
Yes. So, Moxley and fucking, Renee Paquette are,
girl.
Huh?
They're also having a girl.
Yeah, having a girl as well. So we'll see. We should see Rollins back around. He'll probably come back at Royal Rumble.
That's what I'm thinking.
Yeah, he's taking some time off to be with Becky. So that's that's understandable. And the way he went out at Survivor Series was weird. So I'm kind of curious to see what they do with that coming out of WrestleMania. Coming out of Royal Rumble.
Exactly. It's definitely going to be interesting.
And yeah, there's going to be a lot of good stuff coming up in the coming year if they pull it right.
Yeah.
I think Vince needs to step back a little bit and give Hunter a little bit more control. Because again, what I think what Hunter's doing in NXT, and I the millions of fans that watch NXT every week are in agreement with me on this one. Hunter needs to take the fucking reins of the company. Yeah. Bottom fucking line.
It's been that way for a while now.
Yeah, if Vince wants to be the chairman of the board, and still have control of the company, but give Hunter the creative fucking reins, that's fine. Vince handle the money, Hunter handle the TV. I think that'd be fine. I'd be okay with that.
Yeah.
Just keep his he's been around. He's set in his ways, and times are changing. And 20 years ago, he knew what he was doing. He successfully beat the shit out of WCW and ECW 20 years ago. And he did it very, very well because he knew what he was doing. But now things are different. AEW is a different type of company. Impact Wrestling is a different type of company. New Japan Wrestling is a different type of company. WCW and WWE were very similar with the way they had their wrestlers and their styles of wrestling. It's 2020. Things are changing. And he needs to either open his eyes up to that or give the reins away.
Yeah, I agree with that completely. He is very behind in the times with, even he'll discover something that's like decades old, and to him it's new, and then he'll start referencing it, and it's like, really, dude, it's outdated.
Yeah, just look at the last 2 years where Lesnar lost at WrestleMania. When he lost to Seth Rollins and when he lost to Drew McIntyre, they lost the exact same. He lost the exact same way. It was German. Oh, power up! I'm gonna give you 10 fucking finishers. 1, 2, 3, done. And that's exactly how it was.
Right.
Both matches had the exact same fucking play. Now, was that Brock or was that Vince? I don't know, because Brock does have creative control. But at the same time, you did the exact same thing twice at WrestleMania. Really? Let's do something different.
Yeah, Vince, I think he books shit to entertain himself.
Because he's a huge fan of comedy and he's a huge fan of the big man.
I don't know if you heard this story recently, but it made me laugh because it's so fucking Vince. The reason why Ziggler was buried for all these years.
Have not heard this story. Please continue.
No, Vince has a fucked up sense of humor. He's such a child.
Of course.
So every meeting, Pat Patterson would constantly be like, "You gotta push Dolph. You gotta push Dolph. He's fucking ready. He's great." So because of that, Vince would bury him just to get Patterson fucking like, "What the fuck?" just ribbing him like for years, because it's funny as shit to him. Every meeting, you gotta start pushing Dolph. So bury him, job him out again, just so Pat fucking loses his shit. And then as soon as Pat was out of the picture, then it's like, okay, we're gonna like stop doing that now because it's over. Yeah. It never got old with Vince.
Rest in peace, Pat Patterson. Rest in peace.
So, and that came from Pritchard. So
I gotta start listening to his fucking podcast.
He's great, man.
Yeah. Now I do want to say, he's got control of SmackDown. So actually, he's got control of both now, from what I understand. But Vince still has his hand too much in the pot, at least on Raw. Things need to change. Again, I know it's a spot monkey thing, and I'm not a fan of it, and neither is Vince, obviously, and neither is Triple H. But he knows when to put it in there and when not to. If you watch an NXT show, it's a good mix of both. And Raw doesn't have that, SmackDown doesn't have that, and that's why they're losing the audience, because AEW is giving them something that they haven't seen before.
Right.
And unfortunately, Panda Energy and Dixie Carter did not have the money, or did not want to put the money into TNA to compete with WWE. They got close a couple times under Jeff Jarrett, but it never came close. However, Tony Khan is a fucking billionaire, along with his dad, who owns the fucking Jacksonville Jaguars and a bunch of other shit. They've got the money to put, obviously they have the money. If they went to TNT right away, brand new fucking company, went to TNT right away. And AOL, excuse me, not AOL, it's not AOL anymore, it's AT&T. AT&T, which owns all of Warner Brothers, including TNT and TBS, is obviously investing money into that too, because now they put Cody Rhodes on this new fucking television show, which premieres in January, called, what's it called? The Big Show, or I can't remember what it's called. It's a talent show where people go do crazy fucking stunts. It's not like America's Got Talent where you sing and dance too. No, it's all crazy fucking stunts on this show. And Cody Rhodes is the fucking main host on this show. So obviously they believe in Cody and they believe in Tony Khan. Now he's branching off to TBS as well. I wouldn't be surprised if within the new year we see a fucking second show on TBS.
Yeah, I think that would make sense.
Yeah. I know it's different for you up there. But we got the two. I don't know how it is for you up there.
I stream everything, man. I haven't fucked with cable in forever.
Well, I know for WWE is on CBC up there, or whatever it is. I only know one cable channel you guys have up there. That's a CBC. That's all I fucking know. And then Crave TV. I know you got Crave TV and CBC. That's all I fucking know. And the only reason I know Crave TV because that's where Leonard Kenny comes on. But anyway, yeah. So I wouldn't put it past them to where next year they'll have a second show on TBS.
How weird is it that we're older than Fox?
Are we?
Yeah, Fox became a network in '89.
The same year as The Simpsons debuted.
Yeah.
Really?
Yep.
That can't be right.
Yeah, shit you not.
I know we're older than the CW network.
There's a family Married with Children reunion where they talked about how Fox became this unknown fucking station that formed in '89, and they had literally no shows. They just knew they wanted to be different than what else was out there.
Yeah.
So that's when they picked up In Living Color, fucking Married with Children, all this edgier shit.
Simpsons, yeah.
Yeah, you know what I mean? So yeah, so '89 was when they first launched. So
yeah, now they're one of the biggest fucking networks out there.
Right. That's
why
why
they got the fucking Super Bowl every year.
Exactly. I was like, that's nuts, man, because it's like, fuck.
Yeah, and look at the massive amount of money that they fucking paid to WWE, the paying to the NFL. I mean, they obviously have the fucking money.
Right. So they did well.
Yeah.
I mean,
Well, now they have the money because Disney just paid, however much fucking money for his 21st Century Fox Studios. So now the Fox networks get to benefit. So Fox News and Fox Network and Fox Sports 1 all get to fucking, benefit that way.
yeah, that's it's impressive though.
It is because now they can live off of Disney money for the next few years.
Oh man, I think it's great for them to, start out in '89 and all of a sudden just blow up and surpass all the shit that's been out before them.
Yeah. Maybe we should start our own network.
We should. Why not?
What would we call it?
Call it. That's not fucking ice cream.
It's not fucking ice cream. So it'd be the TFI or
Right.
TNFI network. And when people ask us, what is TNFI? Don't worry about it. Go back and listen to episode 137 of Sucker Podcast. It'll tell you.
It's the blueprint of this network.
TNFI. That's not fucking ice cream.
It's literally, go listen to that show. It's literally all the planning we put into this. Much like your future with Ginger fucking it's gonna work real well.
It's gonna work real. It's gonna work real well. I hope.
I mean,
I can't get it wrong anymore, man.
I just don't know how she feels about such, endearing names and titles. I got to tell you, even if I was a Nickelback fan, I don't think I'd want someone announcing it every fucking chance they get.
As soon as you text me back, abort, I showed it to her. She laughed.
Well, at least she knew I was taking the piss. But
So yeah, when I found that out last week and I texted Keith about the whole Nickelback thing, he texted me back, abort.
I was waiting for I was like, should I offer my services to give him that fake emergency call?
Fake emergency call. Oh my God. Are you sure? Oh, okay. I'll be right there. I gotta go to Canada.
Right away, just be like, it's the Nickelback thing, isn't it? Yeah. Like, I'm not dumb. This happens all the time.
It happens all the fucking time.
Oh my God.
I haven't gotten a text message in a while, so maybe she stopped watching.
Yeah, probably, because I'm thinking I haven't even met this person and I'm probably going to get stabbed.
Yeah, probably. You'll get stabbed. That's okay.
Guaranteed.
As long as I don't get stabbed, we'll be fine.
Wow. That's like that Batman picture that cracks me up so much. When Alfred's asking Batman, like, why do you always wear all black? He's like, so I don't get shot at. Then why does Robin wear such bright colors? So I don't get shot at. So that's dope.
Or that line in Deadpool. You might be asking, why is the super suit red? Well, that's because the bad guys don't see me bleed. Just ask that guy. That's why he's wearing the brown pants.
Fuck, man.
Uh-oh. I just got a text message. Hold on.
Uh-oh.
I'm in trouble.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Let's see here. Hold on. Still watching, and you're getting stabbed first.
Beautiful.
Fuck. See, I told you it was going to be me.
See, this is what I do. I talk shit. Everyone else gets in trouble for it.
God damn it, Keith.
I know. Crystal's lost like 47 friends because every time I say something, they're like, "Fuck her." She didn't do shit.
Yeah, I'm gonna have Crystal on soon. She keeps asking me to when to come on. I'm like, well, and I just gave this, like I said, that major thing a bunch of dates. That person's manager, or that band's manager, or that actor's manager, or whatever you want to call it, a bunch of dates, and I don't want to book Crystal for one of those dates and then them come back and say, and then have them be canceled on Crystal, or reschedule on Crystal. So I don't want to do that. So I told her, hold off, let me get a confirmed date on this first, and then I'll get back to you.
I just booked her to come back on my show again on my birthday, actually. So that's gonna be cool.
When's your birthday again?
January 21st.
Okay. Noted.
That'll be fun.
I'm gonna send you a pipe bomb in the mail.
Some anthrax.
Yeah, I'm gonna mail you Anthrax, and then you're gonna open up. It'll be a CD from 1983, an Anthrax CD. You're like, yeah, he really did send it to me.
Don't worry, that white powder is just from my donut, my jelly donut.
Yeah. Oh, fuck. I'm still waiting for the package that you sent me to come in the mail.
I know, the fucking mail, dude. Like, I don't know if it's like with being holidays or whatever, if it's going to be a bit slower. But typically when I mail shit out to the US, it's like it gets there pretty quick. When I mail shit out to other parts of Canada, they're like, fuck you, they'll get it when they get it.
Did you get a tracking number at least?
No, because they were like, no, it's going to go as like regular mail. I'm like, why? And they're like, because it fits through the slot. So I'm like, okay.
I'll have to keep I'll have to go check the mail.
Yeah. Well, that helps too. It could be sitting in your fucking mailbox.
I know, right?
Like, where is it? Well, check your fucking mailbox.
I might have to do that.
And that's when you'll get stabbed, when you're out checking your mail. Jump out the bushes.
Well, see, that's the problem with the ginger. They're ghostly white anyway, so they can hide in the snow and I'll never see them.
Just don't have birch trees around you.
I got crabapple trees, so there's red everywhere already.
If you get pelted in the fucking head with a frozen crab apple.
Yeah. I'm gonna get stabbed like multiple times.
I mean, if you get pelted with a frozen fucking crab apple, I am gonna be the world's greatest detective, because I'll be like, was it her for all the shit you were talking? Was it your daughter getting payback for that fucking snow block? Could be anybody.
And the thing about it is too, like, because of all the sleet yesterday, like that my crabapple tree is like literally all icicle right now.
Right.
So it's so cool looking. Like the branches are covered in ice and the crab apples are covered in ice. It is so fucking beautiful. My daughter was like sitting there going, looking at it this morning, like, this is the coolest thing I ever fucking seen.
Until you get assaulted with it.
Luckily, she didn't think too far ahead in the future and decided not to do that. Because last time she did something like that, so we were at I think we were at a Target. We were at a Target. And this was like maybe 3 years ago. We had a major snowstorm. And all the snow was piled up on the banks, obviously in like the medians, right? And she picked up a snowball and just tossed it at me as we were walking out of Target. And I grabbed her by her fucking collar and I dragged her over to the giant fucking snow pile in the middle of the median that's just all dirt and snow. And I fucking just picked her up over my head and fucking chucked her into it. And she got stuck in the snow sideways. And she's kicking her arms and legs. And she's like, I can't get out.
Oh my God.
Oh, dude, it was so fucking funny.
So then now I got this fucked up visual. I mean, first of all, I don't think I would provoke a Nickelback fan, because if I was a fan of Nickelback, I'd already be pissed off as it is. So I wouldn't need any provocation. But now, what if she shanks you with an icicle and your kid's just standing there licking the dirt off another icicle? I'll go down.
I'm licking the blood off of it too. This is fucking great.
watching it go down. Remember that block you threw at me, motherfucker? I do.
So, ladies and gentlemen, let me just say this. If today is my last show, it has been an honor and a privilege serving you.
I won't believe the hype if they say it was an accident.
However, if tomorrow night, if by happenstance I'm still alive, I will be back tomorrow at 8 p.m. East, 5 p.m. West with the band Chainflower. So, you know, at least we got that going. So at least I have something to look forward to other than getting stabbed in the next 24 hours.
I mean, if that happens, like, how am I supposed to even give a description? Ginger and Nickelback fan, that's all I know. The cops are like, what a monster.
What a monster. If this does work, I'm in so much shit.
Right?
But I've warned her. I said I am a comic and I am a podcaster. Shit comes out of my mouth. You can't, you know, trust everything that comes out of my mouth when I'm on my show. It's all about the laughs.
I'm just doing what a good brother should do. And if it does fail miserably, you can at least blame me. Because say it was my fault for all the shit I said. I set this up for failure.
I blame the Canadian. It's
Right.
it's twofold Canadians. I blame fucking Nickelback and I blame Keith.
Right. See, it's a Canadian conspiracy against you.
If I can find a way to blame Justin Bieber in there too, I might as well do that too.
Might as well. I mean, he exists. That makes you unhappy. Canada
Exactly.
fuck your happiness. It's a conspiracy against your happiness.
Exactly.
We'll have none of it. But we're very sorry about it.
No, you're not sorry. You're sorry.
Sorry.
All right, man. This has been, oh shit, we've been on the air for 2 fucking hours. More than 2 hours.
Every fucking time.
Every fucking time.
I woke up from a nap for this.
I stopped eating pizza for this.
See, you wake me up, I get you stabbed.
Please don't stab me. Oh, wait. Oh, it has to work only because you're ripping me. Only because it has to. It's just, oh, it has to work only because you're ripping into me. Well, you've been ripping into me all fucking week, so you kind of have this one coming. Yeah.
I'm just
I'll have her on, like, I'll be talking to her on the phone, and my soon-to-be ex-wife is sitting right next to me, and they're both fucking ripping on me back and forth. I had to get a little bit of payback. You know, I had to.
I'm just here because someone has to stir the fucking pot.
You're here because somebody canceled on me.
Story of my fucking life.
You are my backup bitch. You're my side hustle.
I'm just gonna put my name up, and then underneath it, it'll do.
I do gotta say this though, all joking aside, I am so glad that I have you as a friend to where I can just like text message you last minute, hey, somebody canceled on me when I come on the show, and you're like, okay.
Reliable.
Oh, reliable.
I'm like that shit box that it shouldn't work, but it just does.
Yeah, exactly. Because you know what I mean? As much as I love talking to bands and celebrities and stuff like that, it's fun to just have an episode where I can shoot the shit with my friend and talk about whatever and not have to worry about anything else, you know, and, you know, and it gives my listeners something a little bit different to listen to every once in a while instead of me constantly interviewing. They can listen to 2 fucking retards, you know, having fun on the fucking internet.
I'm like, if you don't want to fucking do this shit anymore, just say that. Don't fucking bring me on so you lose more and more fans until there's no point left in doing it.
Actually, your and my episodes always get me a bunch of fucking listens.
I mean, see, there you go. I mean,
The last one we did,
known and shit.
I think the last one we did, it got me like, I think it was like 56 or 57,000.
There you go. See?
So thank you.
Hey man, I do what I can. You know, I show up and
It still only got me like 17 views on YouTube, but still I got 56,000 downloads.
they were all me. I'm trying to get you to that 4.5 million views.
I'm gonna figure out YouTube one day. I will fucking figure it out.
I'll just spam it with views.
Just yeah, I'm gonna start buying bots or something. I don't fucking know.
I'm gonna start creating them for you.
There you go, view bots. Anyone want to willingly for free create me some view bots? That'd be great.
I'm just trying to figure out how to program them to get you stabbed. So
It's a simple phone call, bud.
I'll have to set up like an automated like telemarketing kind of gimmick where it's just it calls her every day. Nickelback sucks.
Stab a Derek hotline. How can I help you? Where would you like me to shank him today?
Poor bastard just got out of the hospital and he's
going back. Third time this week, bitches. Going for a record.
Hey man, maybe, I figure after X amount of fucking divorces, you got to step your shit up and start upgrading to getting stabbed. It's not enough that they just say, fuck this shit.
It's not enough that they just leave me.
No, I mean, that shit's played out. We got to get you some real heat now.
Yeah, I mean, my ex-wife that used to punch me and smack me and talk shit to me. She I didn't even piss her off that much where she stabbed me. But apparently, I just my game was down that day. All I did was make her mad enough just to punch me in the fucking nose. But damn it, I need to go back in time and try to see if I can piss that bitch off to where she can stab me. Therefore, she can leave me the fuck alone because she'll be in jail. I should do that. I should go to Florida, piss her off so bad that she stabs me. I like that idea. Would you like to join me for that? Because I'm sure you would like to watch that happen.
I'd be stoked just to see you in a headlock one day. I don't. No soul, but a good grip.
Oh, fuck.
Terrible taste in music, but knows her way around a fucking headlock.
I'm sure she does.
She's probably like, you're going to find out too, motherfucker. You keep this shit up.
She might fly to Canada to stab your ass next. I'd be careful.
Like, I just see her, like, our heads slammed together, like, fucking both morons.
Oh, it's fucking funny as shit. All right, I'm gonna go to bed. I know you just woke up, but I'm going to bed.
He wakes me up. All right, good. You're up. I'm going to bed. Now I've got you all hyper and shit.
If I go too much longer, nobody's gonna listen to the whole fucking episode. Then my stats are gonna go down. The average commute to work is only an hour, so now we're like, they listen to halfway, there, and then they listen to the other half on the way home.
But when you get stabbed, and God forbid you don't make it, this will be the tribute show they listen to remember your ass.
This will be the episode they listen to. Oh, that's why it happened. Okay.
It'll have mad viewership because the feds will be listening to it, trying to see if they can find out who this person is that did it.
And she was smart. She didn't comment at all during the episode. All she did was text me. So as long as she takes my phone, there's no way of knowing.
Well, I mean, if it all goes the way it sounds like it might, all I can say is good luck with Ginger OJ.
It's either going to end with me getting stabbed or divorced. That's how it ends anyway.
I've always said, like, okay, let's just end this violently and go on about our business because it's inevitable, just fucking.
Oh my God.
Let's just start, jump to hating each other immediately and get it over with.
It just said, it's nice to have an occasional, shooting the shit episode with, one of my buddies and just having fun. I'm anxiously looking forward to tomorrow having a regular interview episode because at least I won't get in trouble.
I'll be in the comments. Oh, yes, he will. Bet you regret going live with the chat room now, huh, bitch?
Yeah, I know, right? All right. Well, guys, again, tomorrow night, 8 p.m. East, 5 p.m. West, or 9 p.m. in Nova Scotia. Join me for Chain Flower right here live on the show. Fantastic band. has worked with Guns N' Roses and Alice in Chains and everything else in between. Chain Flower live on the show tomorrow. 8 p.m. East, 5 p.m. West. And then this show will be magically uploaded first thing tomorrow morning to the podcast site. So on your way to work, hopefully you don't crash your car from laughing at the hystericalness of a Canadian and a fucking American just doing stupid shit. And if you're in Ireland listening to this episode going, yeah, that's why we don't live there. Same thing with Australia. Hey, 3% of my audience is in Australia too. They're sitting there going, hey, this is exactly why we don't live there, mate.
Right? Like Ireland, my fucking ancestry. They're all over there like, y'all can have them.
Y'all can have him. All right. But until tomorrow, stay happy, stay healthy, and as always, stay fucking heavy. We'll see you tomorrow, guys. Peace.
Okay.